We're about to dive into my favorite exercise, the ATG Split Squat.
And we're gonna start right now.
We got 3 of these here.
I guess.
I made these as well. These are called ATG Buddies.
Okay.
Now you could imagine an Olympic weightlifting shoe, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I built my ATG Split Squat wearing Olympic weightlifting shoes.
Okay.
And I used to make all my members get Olympic weightlifting shoes. But now helping so many people online, I can't be, hey, welcome to the program.
Spend $250.
Exactly. So I started working on these. And you can use whatever you need. I like to use it because on this exercise, I'm focused on how much range can I get here, and then notice the back hip flexor. So every rep, I'm thinking, as I go down, I'm thinking how long can I get that?
Okay.
So I'm chasing the perfect rep. Meaning I could maybe go here. I could maybe go here and do a little more weight. What I'm chasing is using the load to get the most range I can there. So we're just gonna do,
That would be perfect, Jake.
we're gonna do a simple 5 sets, 4 to 6 reps. So we got these here.
5 sets?
Dude, I can't feel my legs.
Do one leg,
One.
do one leg, then rest.
Okay.
Because you're working both sides. So I'm gonna work with you on this.
Okay, I need this.
Yep.
My back.
That looks good.
This is my split squat.
Go nice and slow and think about lengthening the back hip flexor.
Oh,
Yep.
my leg.
Yep. Feeling it from the sled?
Yeah, well, my
Good.
left hip.
That looks really good. Now push back up. Stay on the tippy toes. Good. That's it. That's it. This is looking really good. Feeling a stretch in there?
Yeah.
Good. And back up.
Keep telling
Good.
me it looks good.
You're doing it right. You're doing a great job.
It makes me feel better.
I'm going to test how many of my fingers. Good. We're crushing the index. That's really good. Good job. Index, middle, ring finger. Very nice. Back up. Good. Beautiful. So we're working mobility. Weightlifters will sometimes have one side different than the other.
Because of the split jerk.
Yeah. So this can fit into the system as well. Good break. Good take break. This can fit into the system as well as a way to work your leg drive, but giving things a break from your normal patterns.
Right.
Working your mobility. Wow. That's looking good. Good job. Lengthening through that right hip flexor. Crush in there. That's outstanding. I do this just once a week, but chasing the perfect rep every time. Usually 5 sets, 4 to 6 reps. Each rep takes a while because it's the intention. You're not bouncing out.
My quads.
You're lengthening. Yeah, you're looking good though. VMO's popping. Well, let's try. Here, I'll go with you. So I'll do a leg, you'll do a leg. I'll do a leg and then you'll do a leg. This one works well to remember to take that break between each leg.
Okay.
Because when I'm going here, I'm not relaxing the back leg.
Yeah, that's extending.
Do you guys know Kelly Starrett?
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly Starrett thinks that as this turns into like a strength exercise, he thinks, look in the back leg, he thinks that work right there is actually one of the reasons it reduces people's knee pain. So it's possible for him.
Don't you think this could even, because of what Starrett's saying, even lower back too, because of the hip flexors?
My opinion is that this is the foundation for the lower back.
Okay.
Because we're all sitting so much.
Yeah.
And then even if we lift, Kelly points out that we almost never wind up in true hip extension.
Right.
So I'm stretching that hip flexor, getting into true hip extension in the back leg. So I think for the lower back, this might allow things to set right in the first place.
Right.
You're getting that loaded stretch. Also, if you're only, notice if I let this limp and I just do a hip flexor stretch.
Yep.
Well, if you just do a stretch, that would be like only static stretching your hamstring and never, a lot of people have probably had a result with getting some load into hamstring.
Right, right.
Like Romanian deadlift kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when you load, here I jumped the gun, do your right leg. When you load through a stretch position, there's a lot more potential to actually lengthen the area.
Okay.
Meaning where it's not going to leave you a week from now. Look at this depth. Excellent. And what I was saying is an Olympic lift is more or less up and down compared to, notice he's starting here. So as he gets to this position, that's a ton of load.
Right.
So coming out of there is a really nice sport-specific drill for getting out of the bottom of a lift.
Right.
And you can tell his intention is incredible. Good. I'll do. Let's have him try these.
Oh.
Right leg. Now your goal is more depth by using the weight. Yep. Yep. Look at that. That's outstanding. You can do a side-by-side. Yep, you got it. You got it. You can do a side-by-side of this on his first set when you edit it, and you'll see he's getting deeper. That means the intention is right. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Nice job. And as we get closer to that 140 degrees of knee bend there, and we're not bouncing, so you're getting almost exclusively VMO out of the bottom. And we're getting patellar and quad to spend time stretching that way. So you have potential now to actually thicken up the tendons and ligaments a little bit extra from that pause and getting that load fully on that front side. We'll just get 3 sets in today. So we're second set, second leg.
Yes, we pulled the Phil DeRue on Ben.
Form was out. No, we do 3 to 5 sets, 4 to 6 reps.
I was saying because I bailed out of those sets. Move, man, move, finish. Die. I'm done. Phil DeRue is evil.
I'm bailing out of that too. It sounded rough. Outstanding. Nice. Good. You take so much focus because you're thinking about 2 things at once. Back hip, yeah, look at that, amazing. I think you're getting like fully gonna crush my hand on this. Oh yeah, all the way to the pinky, hell yeah, amazing. Now this is almost the exact opposite of the sled. Almost 2 opposite things. Good job. And that's the trick. I've tried it. Oh, what if I just sled? Oh, what if I just do this? It never works the same as the combination. Now let's look at why this guarantees Dane to be throwing down tomahawk dunk.
Yo, that'd be the greatest moment ever.
So, for one thing, beautiful, beautiful form. For one thing, you're getting a different strength stimulus.
Yeah.
So I feel there's almost some newbie gains for anyone who hasn't trained this. Look at this, he's crushing my entire hand. That's outstanding form. And this is even more depth than he was getting with body weight. So what does that mean? We're probably digging into some fibers here that we don't normally hit, because now you're taking the time to get deeper into this position. Your adductors might be sore.
Yeah, they're lighting
Here
up.
might be sore. Even notice the amount of glute stretch you're getting. So glute, quad, adductor, we might tap in a little bit of newbie gains that we haven't
Yeah.
And you're getting that extension.
Right.
So you're less locked up when you jump.
Okay. Yeah, and that would, in theory, that actually would play a big role, because that if your hips are too tight, that can decelerate you on the finish of the jump.
And with this, I'm thinking to lengthen those hips the entire time. So the gain, not just in one session, but consistently doing it, you start to see, you start to see that length come in, where all of a sudden, like, you can jump in your first set.
Yeah.
And it's more open than it was. So some things like foam rollers and things like that I did a lot of, and I didn't see a lasting gain.
Right.
I would see a short-term gain.
It was like a temporary 5 minute.
This, I don't see a short-term gain, but I see major long-term gain from it. So I'm getting so many things in one movement. That's why this is my favorite exercise. The sled is my favorite piece of equipment.
Okay.
All right, last set. You've been crushing it. Break my fingers and lengthen your hip flexors. It takes a lot of focus. Outstanding. And actually, the last thing I will show on this is how some people could redress this. You're doing amazing. Absolutely amazing. Lengthening those right hip flexors. Killer range on the front leg. I'm even moving my hands down your calf now. Nice, nice. That's outstanding. One more. Yep, last one. Full pause. Newbie gains, drive out. Boom, good job. Done with split squat, but I will show one little tip for people. Courtesy of Mark Bell. So the position you guys were just in can be really tough for a lot of people to get into.
Yeah.
Now, if you imagine just by elevating the front foot, you can get into that position. However, if you elevate to a certain point, how much loading are we really getting?
Right.
If you deviate too much. So one way is definitely, for people in the worst shape, this is actually what started getting me out of the mud.
Okay.
Was just doing that. However, Mark just pointed out that here, you can, and this is just a stand.
Right.
If you had an actual rack, it won't tilt in like that. Okay. But with this, you can now, So you see with this, so here you have full load. As you go down, you now have less load, but you can actually try to be thinking to get into that position. Long pause, drive out.
Right.
So I think for a lot of people, getting into a power rack, reverse band is going to help them get into that position till they can go body weight, till they can go load.
Yeah.
Just saying, someone will see what you guys did and say,
I want to
but
try
I can't
that.
do that.
Okay,
They'll say,
yeah.
I wish I could do that. But with the reverse band, you probably can do that. So credit to Mark Bell. This is a game changer. People have already been using this and going, oh my gosh, I finally feel it in the right areas. And then it's like any other.
You take one off, lower it maybe.
Thicker one.
Yeah.
Exactly. So bands are pretty dope. We think of them for getting stronger,
For
but they can
accommodating
actually regress us
yeah.
to get into these more childlike positions and then build back up our strength.
I think that's a key point too, is a lot of people will criticize you for saying, like, because they'll think that I want to do that, then they go do it and somebody gets hurt. But you're creating it like so that everybody, it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
90-year-old grandmother, if she struggles with just doing that, now you have a position that they can even use, and then even somebody, maybe they're heavier, they're trying to get their physical life back in order, they can use the band and still get good positions.
Exactly. This is what we used to get even the biggest. There was no one we could find in the gym who couldn't get into these positions by using the band. That allows you to make the changes, so then you can get into those on your own.
That's
and
awesome.
then you're more protected. So life is in us today.
Yeah.
It's my job to keep looking for people who can make the system better.
Right.
So big thanks to Mark Bell. So that's the end of ATG Split Squat.